Hi friends, it's Holly Jones from Mrs. Jones Stitches. Welcome to Flosstube 44. Today is Sunday, December 29th, 2024, and I'm happy you're joining me today. If you're new to my channel, this is a channel about cross-stitch patterns, fabric, thread, things I'm going to work on, things I am working on, things that are in progress, all the things. So welcome. It's been about 3 weeks since I filmed a video. In that 3 weeks, I feel like this last half of the month has just flown by. We went to New York City for my birthday and we had a great time. We got to do tons of stuff. We went to Central Park. We went to some of the Christmas markets. We ate a lot of great food. We drank a lot of great drinks. We got to see the Rockettes. That was incredible. We went to the 9/11 Memorial and Museum. It was breathtaking. It was a beautiful commemoration to a terrible day in our country. And I don't have adequate words to tell you how moving it was. So if you're ever in New York City, I would highly recommend you taking a couple hours out of your day to go over there and go through that. It was fantastic. My favorite part of our trip was we went to the Today Show. I watched the Today Show every morning, and we went to the Today Show and I got to meet Hoda and Al and Savannah and Chanel and Craig Melvin. It was fantastic. I say Savannah. Savannah was out on the plaza, but she kind of went to the other side to visit people, and everybody else kind of went to the side that I was on. So I didn't get to like meet her, but I saw her, so it still counts. Anyway, I'll have posted those pictures in my opening. So anyway, it was a great trip. We had a lot of fun. It was really loud. I was not prepared for how loud it is. Those folks like to use their horns a lot. It is very, very noisy. But again, we had a really great time. So what else? Yellowstone ended. I talked about that in my last video, that I felt like I still had a lot of unanswered questions, and I feel like everything pretty much got wrapped up. So if you haven't watched it, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but it was a great series, and it was a great ending. So let's see, 2025. I am really looking forward to doing some more smalls exchanges and hosting some more swaps. I love hosting smalls exchanges and doing swaps. I feel like it's a great way to get to know people in our stitching community. I love to stitch things for other people, especially when it's a stitcher who knows the time that goes into making something. I feel like it's really hard when you spend a lot of time making something and somebody's like, oh, that's nice. You want to give your piece to somebody who's going to appreciate it. So I love doing them. So I'll probably do a sign up towards the end of January with maybe like a March deadline. And I would love for you to participate. I try not to make them too big, because then at that point it's a lot of work. But I also want people to be able to participate and join in. But I'll just tell you straight up, in 2 of the swaps I've hosted, I've had one person in each group not follow through, and that sucks. I usually try to have something else stitched up just in case something like that happens. Like, I'm really understanding. Like, I totally get that, life happens. People get sick. People end up in the hospital. Things just happen. And I understand that. But I feel like when you commit to doing a swap, I don't want to see anybody participate and work really hard on something and then receive nothing in return. That's not fair. So I will be probably stitching something extra, and then I may ask for volunteers if there's anybody else who wants to just stitch up something small. That way, in the event that we do have somebody who doesn't follow through, that they still get something, because I don't want, when I host a swap, I feel like I kind of put my reputation on the line a little bit, and for the most part, 99% of the time it goes great and we don't have any problems. But there's that one time that, something is weeks late or doesn't get sent at all, and that's hard. I don't like to see anybody not have a good experience with something that I'm hosting. So, so I may, if you decide to participate, I may ask for volunteers if there's anybody else who wants to maybe kind of be on standby in the event that somebody, you know, has an emergency or can't follow through. But anyway, what else? Let me show you what I'm working on. I mentioned a couple things in my previous video that I was going to start, and I did. So one of the things I was going to start for my trip is Oh Christmas Tree by All Through the Night. I wanted to start this piece because it's monochromatic and I wouldn't have to be switching colors of threads on the plane. So of course I did start it. Did I do it monochromatic? No. I love it monochromatic. I will stitch it monochromatic at some point. But when I saw this tree and all those cute little ornaments. Sorry for the glare. Let me just take this out of here. I don't know why I even left it in here. When I saw all those cute little dangling ornaments, it reminded me of a shiny bright ornaments on a really cute like feather tree. So, of course, I had to do it that way. So I stitched mine with green. And then I went through my stash of color and cotton thread and I found lots of really pretty colors that reminded me of shiny bright ornaments, just vibrant, kind of vintagey colors. And I started filling in some of the ornaments with these beautiful vibrant colors. Let me show you the colors I chose. They are right here. And that is such just a pretty palette for this. I just love it. So I am done stitching on that for this year. This will not be finished in the next 2 days. So I'll have to pick that up next year. But I did start it. It is lovely and it's so fun to stitch because I feel like every time I get a branch done or every time I get an ornament finished, I feel like a tiny victory. So that was one of the things I worked on. The other thing, excuse me, the other thing I worked on was the other pattern I showed you. And it's Fleur de Noel by JBW Designs. And I actually have started this and restarted this now. So I'm on time number 2. The first time I started it, I stitched it in colors similar to the cover picture here. I did a light pink and kind of a darker pink. It was very pretty, but it wasn't popping like I wanted it to pop. I'll show you another colorway they did here. This is in greens. So I decided that I was going to change the colors and I stitched mine in blue. So my dark blue is Deep Sea by Color and Cotton and my lighter blue is DMC 927. And I love this. I love how the colors are looking on this. This is 32 count antique white. And it's lovely. So anyway, I've been working on this, but to be completely honest, I haven't really been working on a whole lot of stuff because I stitched a little bit on the plane to New York. And then while we were there, I really didn't stitch a lot at all because we were just going nonstop for 4 days. And then we came back and we came back on a Thursday and on Saturday morning, I wasn't feeling very good. So, it's just viral. I've tested for all the things and everything came back negative, but I was just kind of wiped out. I wasn't feeling very good. So I didn't really stitch Saturday or Sunday. And then I was off work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And with Christmas and Parker's out of school, I just did not get a whole lot of stitching time in. So I really haven't stitched a lot in the past like 2 weeks. So I feel like I've been a little MIA on Instagram because I haven't had anything new to really show or share. So, but because of that, I've been making lots of plans for 2025. So my friend Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, this year, did a year of Brenda Gervais where she stitched other things, but her main focus was Brenda Gervais pieces. Whether it was starting something new or whether it was finishing up a whip, she really focused on Brenda Gervais. So I am going to do a year of Blackbird designs. Now, if you know me, that should not be surprising to you. I love Blackbird designs. But I feel like I usually stitch smalls And I have some bigger pieces that I really want to get done. So I'm going to focus on Blackbird designs this year. And again, just like Jessica, not to say that that's the only thing I'm going to stitch, because I know I'm going to see other things that I want to work on, but I really want to focus on Blackbird. I am not a person, I don't do a cross stitch planner. I don't do like the book of days or anything like that. I do try to keep track of my fabric and thread and floss on my Instagram. So that way I have a record of what I stitched and what I used to stitch a piece. But I'm not a cross stitch planner. I don't do Santas on Sundays. I don't do Christmas on the 25th. I stitch what I want to when I want to, and that works well for me. I don't like feeling like I'm obligated to stitch something on a particular day. And I know a lot of people like to stitch something on a particular day because, you know, it makes them feel accountable. And for me, this is a hobby. I just want to work on what I want to work on. And if it's March and I want to stitch Halloween, then I will, and vice versa. So anyway, I think you need to do what works for you, and that's what works for me. So anyway, I have chosen my blessing sampler for 2025. And last year I did Harriet, oh golly Wally. What is that called? I'll think of it. Anyway, I did that. I did a Blackbird for my blessing sampler last year. So I was going through my Blackbirds, trying to decide what my blessing sampler was going to be for this year. And I decided it was going to be a little bit of spring by Blackbird. And I love this piece. Then, as I was going through my books some more, because I have a lot of Blackbird, I decided that I'm going to stitch this year, but this is not going to be my blessing sampler. I'm going to do The Winter Is Past. This will be my blessing sampler. Now, what I did was I pulled all my colors for the sampler, all my blues, and I had a couple greens that I pulled. I've since moved them somewhere else, but I pulled my blues and I pulled my fabric and I put them together, and I didn't like how they were looking. I don't want my fabric to be super light. I don't want it to be super dark, but I wasn't loving how my blues are looking on my fabric. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to stitch this, but I'm doing a full, totally different colorway. I'm going to do, I don't have these in any particular order. I don't even have my blues in here yet. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not the skein that I'm using. That's why it looks odd. So this is what I have. I have a mishmash of floss. Most of this is color and cotton. I do have one Gentle Art and I have one Roxy Floss Co. But this is going to be my color palette for this chart. And I am really excited to work on it. I have not sat down and kind of planned what color is going to go where or anything like that. I may do that, but chances are I'm probably just going to start in the middle and just decide as I go, which is a little scary, but I think it'll be fun. So anyway, I love this pattern. It's a very manageable size. It is 181 by 160. I'll be stitching on 32 count. The model was stitched on 36 count, and it comes out to 10 by 8 7/8. So mine might be just slightly bigger than that, but I'm really excited, and I love this color palette. So like I said, there's quite a few colors here, but I think it's going to be really pretty. So I'm really excited for that, and it'll be really fun. So anyway, So that is going to be my blessing sampler for the year. I do know a lot of my friends are participating in the Anniversaries of the Heart stitch along, that they're going to stitch that series throughout 2025. Some are doing it on one big piece. Some are doing small pieces. I know Jessica's participating in that. I know Carrie from Tiger Lily is doing that as well. So that would be a really good stitch along to get on if you want to participate in that. What I want to work on, I have a lot of patterns I like from the Abecedarian series, and I'll show you some of my favorites. This is Rosie Morning. I think that's lovely, especially if I brightened up the pinks a little bit. I think this would be a really beautiful stitch. I also want to work on, not those two, my Heart's Design. I love that. This just got re-released. This is my friend's house. And it says, the ornament of a house is the friends who frequent it. This would be super fun too. You can see AA for Alma Allen and BA for Barb Adams. What you could do on this too is you could do a couple different things on this. If you chose to do like a stitchy friend, you could put, you know, your house with your initials, and then I could do like my friend Hannah and put, you know, her initials and her house. Or you could, you know, do, you know, friends that you have local to you too, who maybe aren't stitchy friends. You could also do, my initial idea when I saw this was you could almost, I was going to suggest like wedding sampler-ish and do like your house with your first initial and like your maiden name, and then your husband's with his, but it talks about friendship. So I don't know, probably not. Not for me anyway, but anyway, I love this piece. I think it's going to be beautiful. I also want to do Mother's Day with the initials of my kids. But the next one that I do, and I love this one, is going to be Forget Me Not. I love blue. I think blue is such a pretty color. We've got a lot of blue in our bedroom. I'm actually getting a new quilt that's on order, and it's navy blue, and I think this will be really pretty on the wall in there. And then I also love this one. This is Garden Borders. So fun. So anyway, those are some of the pieces I'd like to work on this year. Hopefully I can get some of them done, but just a few of my plans. So I will be doing Blackbird. I also wanted to take a minute and show you earlier, excuse me, when I was talking about doing, excuse me, oh my gosh. Okay, when I was talking about doing smalls exchanges and swaps, my friend group, we did a smalls exchange for Christmas, and it was myself, and then Jessica the Sweetwater Stitcher, Jodie, she is Simply Stitching Ocala, Felicia, she's Floss and Blocks, and then Alicia the Fanciful Flamingo. We did a smalls exchange in our group, and everybody had somebody different, and I stitched for Jessica, and she showed her piece on her Flosstube, and I have to show you what I received from Jodie because it is spectacular. Jodie stitched me this box, and it is All Is Calm, All Is Bright from October House. And you lift open the flap. Let me get it ready. It's so cool. And this is the inside of the box. Is that not fantastic? So let's go through some of this stuff. So we have a tape measure here with Santa on it. She made a needle minder. And this was one of those ornaments from the little mini tree section at Hobby Lobby. She added a magnet and some jingle bells, but that is so clever. She did some floss rings, or some floss drops. Look at this precious pin cushion. This is so tiny. And the stitching is adorable. It is so beautiful. She sent a little pair of Kohana snips, which I love Kohana. I don't have any of these little snips. There's lights up here and like a vintage card. And then there was a really cute pair of scissors here, but I have it in a project bag right now. So anyway, this is incredible. Jodie, thank you so much. The work you put in on this is unreal. And I am so blown away to have received such a beautiful, thoughtful, well-made gift. So thank you very much. Let me turn off the lights. There we go. Anyway, she followed Jessica's tutorial for how to turn a jewelry box into a stitching box. So if you haven't watched that video yet, hop over to Jessica's Flosstube and watch that video, because I want to make one of these so bad. And I think Jessica's made them for several different holidays. She's got like I think a patriotic one and maybe a Halloween one, I think, too. Anyway, really, really cute stuff. So, okay. So, Blackbird, Blessing Sampler, Abecedarian series. Let me show you some of my haul. I haven't really bought a whole lot of stitching stuff lately, but I did get some stuff for Christmas. So, one of the things I got is this bag. My mom made this for me. This is the Fair and Square bag by Rosie Taylor Crafts. And I love Bonnie and Camille fabric. All my like retreat bag, my retreat mat, stuff like that is all Bonnie and Camille. So she made me this cute bag. It has a zipper here, so you can put things in this little vinyl pocket up here. Then there's another pocket, and then this opens up. And so you have another pocket here on the inside and a handle, and there's the back. How big is this? This is maybe 10 inches tall by 10 inches wide and maybe 3 inches deep. Anyway, perfect for your pieces. You can literally, I stitch in a seven hoop, and you can put that in here with, you know, your project folder, zip it up, and away you go. So anyway, perfect for on the go, perfect for traveling, and it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. So anyway, I love this. If you don't follow my mom, she's on Instagram. She is Julie Just Sews. She makes lots of really great things, and she has sales and sells them too. So make sure you give her a follow so you don't miss out on, if you would like to pick up any of her stuff, you don't miss out on her sales. One of the other things she made me is she made me this. It's not tall enough to really be a project bag unless you did, you know, like, I mean, it'll fit a 7.5 inch or 7 inch hoop. I don't know why I keep saying half. Sorry. 7 inch hoop. It'll fit a 7 inch hoop. So maybe just for smaller projects. But she used selvage from some of her fabric on the front. The back is Tula Pink fabric. It's got this cute little wristlet fob, so you can, you know, carry it like that if you want to. But this is really fun. She hasn't ever done anything with her selvage like this before, but she always saves it. So I was really excited that she made that for me. She made me another project folder. Here's the front. And I love that it has like needle and or thread and a hoop. That looks like an iron, a sewing machine. So that's the fabric. And then the inside, it has a pocket on each side here. A zipper here on this side. Whoops, I'm not holding it up good enough. Flannel, or not flannel, fleece right here for holding your threads. And there's pockets here on both sides too. So I love these because, especially when I have to do something where I change colors a lot, I like to, well here, I'll show you this one. This is made using Lori Holt's Cozy Christmas fabric. And this is what I was using for this piece right here. So I have a lot of color changes for all those little ornaments. So anyway, I open it up and all my pieces are just kind of tossed in right there, along with a needle minder and an extra needle. And then I've got a pack of needles in here too. So that's how I use mine. Then she made me a new Hemmingway bag, and this is the extra large size, which I like this for my patterns that are on like paper like this. If it's like a little booklet or something, I will typically take that and put something like that in one of the project folders like this. Like you can see on this one that my chart is kind of tucked in here. But if it's a chart or like a cardstock chart that's, you know, taller, like 8.5 by 11, I obviously can't put that in here. So I like to use my Hemmingway bag for things like that. So just stuff that I don't want to get folded. But anyway, so she made me the Hemmingway bag, and then there's like a smaller accessory bag here too. And then the last thing she made me is this project bag. And this is a very large bag. This is, let's see, 14 inches wide by 15 inches tall. But I love this fabric. This is basic gray fabric. And years ago when I was in college, I worked at a scrapbook store. I used to be a paper crafter, and I did all sorts of things with basic gray paper. I actually have some of this paper line, and here's the back with the little peppermints on it. So fun. So thank you, Mom. She makes just the best stuff. Like literally all my project bags are from my mom. So I am very, very blessed to have been the recipient of so many wonderful things that she has made for me. For my birthday, kind of a to Holly from Holly gift, I follow Lemon Tree Studio on Instagram. She makes really cute bags. She makes all sorts of, excuse me, all sorts of really cute, really vibrant, fun colored things, whether it's Christmas trees or pinwheels or accessory bags, all sorts of fun stuff. She has a really fun, like funky color palette and style. So she was selling, she had a bag sale. I think it was like December 14th. And I was lucky enough to get one of her bags. Her bags go really quick. The sales, I think she sells maybe once a month or once every other month. But I've never been able to get anything from her sale because it's always sold out so fast. So I was over the moon when I scored this bag. Is that not adorable? I love the black and white. I love the ruffles, this cute tassel. These handles are so precious. So it is very well made. Actually, it was shipped really quickly, and I got it, and I didn't even take the stuffing out of it yet because it held its form so well. But let me show you the inside. The inside is lime green with some black and white pockets. But this is so fun. I don't know that I'm going to use this for like an everyday purse, but this would be like a really great bag. I always bring a lot of stuff to work. I bring like a makeup bag with, you know, cuticle oil and lotion and, you know, just kind of extra like, you know, snacks and things. So this would be just like a perfect like extra bag just to carry around. But I love it. I don't know that it's, like I said, big enough for like a retreat bag or anything, but it's a very, very nice bag. So anyway, I was so excited to have scored that bag. Anyway, I think that is about it. I have, I'll do a giveaway because I have a chart. I was going through my things that have not been claimed from this past year when I've done giveaways. And I have 2 things that have not been claimed. So I will offer those up again today and let you enter to win. So I have 1 copy of Jingle All the Way from my friend April Jackson. April generously donated this, and I filled it. I added the call for DMC. I stitched this piece this winter, and it is in my dough bowl. It's actually right up there in my tiered tray. But anyway, I would love to give this to you. So if you would like to win this, use the word jingle in your comment, and I'd be happy to send this to you. And then the other thing was Raindrop Kisses from Primrose Cottage. So this is a really fun piece. It came out not last year, but the year before from their Nashville release. And I stitched this as well and turn it into a little spring pillow for my doll bowl. If you would like to win this, use the word primrose in your comment and I'll pop that in the mail and send that to you too. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great new year. I will see you in 2025. Thank you so much for your support and friendship this past year. If you are new, I would love it if you liked the video and subscribed. That way you don't miss out on anything fun. And I will see you guys next year. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.